A woman who was looking for her missing cat yesterday in Westmoreland County is believed to have fallen down a sinkhole. State police say search and rescue teams were on scene behind a restaurant looking for 64-year-old Elizabeth Pollard. Troopers say Pollard was last seen around 5 p.m. yesterday in Unity Township when she went to look for her cat. She was reported missing hours later by a family member. Authorities say they found a sinkhole where an old coal mine once was, about 15 to 20 feet from her car. According to state troopers, crews were able to go about 30 feet into the sinkhole with a camera, but more recovery will require digging. Police say they have not heard any sounds from the hole as they continue to search.
My name's Trooper Steve Lamani. I'm the Public Relations Officer for the Pennsylvania State Police out in Greensburg. I am joined today with the Marguerite Volunteer Fire Department Chief of Police Scott Graham, the Pleasant Unity Volunteer Chief of Police John Batcha, and our Chairman of the Supervisors for Unity Township, Michael Barto. We received a phone call before 1 o'clock in the morning that was from a family member of Elizabeth Pollard. That family member had advised us that Mrs. Pollard had gone out to look for her cat during the afternoon, yesterday afternoon, and has not since been heard from. While we were doing our investigation, we were traveling in the area of what's known as Monday's Union. It's a restaurant. While we were here, in the back of the building, we discovered the victim's, Mrs. Pollard's vehicle, and our troopers approached the vehicle, hoping to find her in there. We did not, but what we did find was her 5-year-old granddaughter, who was in the vehicle that wasn't running, but luckily that 5-year-old was okay. The temperatures in our area were in the 20s. It was very cold last night, and during the course of our investigation, the last known sighting of Mrs. Pollard was around 5 o'clock in the evening. So that lends itself to the concern of the fact that her granddaughter was in the vehicle from roughly, we'll call it 5 o'clock until almost 3 o'clock in the morning. We, at that point in time, realized that this could be a very bad situation, and while the troopers are conducting their search, they do notice that there's a hole only a few feet away, maybe 15 or 20 so feet away, from a car that appears like it could be a potential sinkhole. And to give you the description of the size of that, the best way I could describe it maybe is the size of about a manhole. I know Ligonier Construction was brought here. They have incredible resources, and I know for that company has the capabilities of almost moving a mountain. The people at Monday's Union, at the location where we're at, they have been nothing but gracious during the entire time of this incident. And the sinkhole, it appears that it was most likely created during the time while, unfortunately, Mrs. Pollard was walking around. We don't see, there was no evidence of any time where that hole would have been here prior to her deciding to walk around looking for her cat. And so right now, the only other information I know for a fact that we maybe didn't cover, the 5-year-old grandchild is with her parents and she is fine. The family has asked for privacy. They know that we were having a press conference. They're really trying to unite as a group and try and deal with this very difficult time, and they're hoping that we get back to them with good news, and that's kind of where we left it with their family.
It is deep, right?
It is deep, and because of all of the mining that has been done, it becomes a safety concern to try and traverse and do excavation and try and do a rescue operation. So the depth of the hole, the circumference of the hole where the surface area is very small. But once you get down below the surface, it gets significantly wider, right? And it definitely becomes more difficult to try and traverse that. And then you don't want to risk somebody else or something else happening. It's just a matter of now it's doing the work. And let's be honest, we need to get a little bit lucky, right? We need a little bit of luck on our side. We need a little bit of God's good blessing on our side, right? We need some of those things on our side to be successful. And there's, look, and I know it's not that far away, and I'm not going to equate them to the same thing, but this area has been successful in the past. I don't know if it'll be successful this time, but we're going to do everything we can. And this community, like the people in southwestern Pennsylvania, they don't quit when it comes to trying to save somebody's life. That's just all there is to it.